Alright, so this is just gonna be a quick little mind dump, data dump, whatever you call it. I was just over here talking to one of my friends about this opportunity, and he put a lot of things in perspective for me as far as how businesses operate, how businesses go, things about it. So I took down like a little rubric or whatever, and basically what it is like you have to compare, business to business, startup cost to startup cost, time invested into it, what's your return on investment. So I was sitting here and I was thinking about, if I wanted to get into real estate, I wanted to become a $1 billion empire selling apartment buildings and selling houses, things of that sort. There's been a ton of people that have made extremely a lot of money off of real estate and have done it in short amount of times. There's this one lady, Barbara on Shark Tank, I think that's her name. She was a real estate guru. They just figured out, how to flip a good real estate market, made a system out of it. So, kudos to that. So I sat here and I thought about it, if you want to really be successful in real estate, this is just, my observations from, my interactions with real estate agents and actually looking into house buying process myself or whatnot. It's about that time, I like apartments primarily because I don't like to stay in one area. I'm a Gemini, so I like to flip around a little bit. So I might like this apartment complex this side of town 1 minute, might want to go to the other side of town. I don't want to have a commitment to the area. But anyways, I won't go into my whole home buying justification. So real estate. Let's see. I want to go ahead. I want to purchase this house. I'm going to buy it. Let's say the intrinsic value of it is like 134, but I know I can get it the value up to like a $230,000 house. Granted, that's a huge return. There's a lot of variables that go into it. First, condition of the house. You gotta go ahead and inspect it. Thinking about inspections, paperwork, legalities, all this other good stuff. Getting the contract estimates just to do the repair on the work, because I know you're not going to know how to gut out any kind of molded interior, or you're not going to want to switch out a toilet, so you're going to hire somebody to do it. So just think about the initial investment of purchasing a house. It's going to be no minimum than 90 days. Matter of fact, let me write in a brighter marker so y'all can see it. It's going to be 90 days minimum before you get your hands on the house. Not to mention the contract work, the loan. Matter of fact, let's just talk about the loan that you have to get. You're going to have to pay the $134K up front, and then of course you're going to have to put down 20% of the 134 just for the down payment, closing costs, all that good stuff. Unless you got, state employee who does certain financial plans that get you 0% down. Who else? The HUD, they got some good programs that get you 0%. I'm not 0%, but $0 down on any house or whatever in certain zones. But I'm not here to talk about that. So we're just going to talk about putting down 20% of a house that could potentially be worth $230,000. This is after all the upgrades that you're going to do to it. This is after all of the renovations and things of that sort. Not to mention that you have to sell this house. So times that by 0.2, you're going to have to come up with like 26K. Sometimes, you might be able to negotiate that to like dropping 13K. Figure it out, let's just say at the worst, 13K. By no means am I a real estate agent or been through a buying process. These are just guesstimations. I'm just giving you the idea. You can go run with it, research it, whatever. So just think about it, 13K investment. So right off the rip, 90 days and before you get your hands on a house to do all of the renovation after you pay $13,000. Then you got to sit there and you got to think about hiring contractors. First of all, you got to sit there and think about how are the bathrooms? Are they up to standard? Are they up to par? Can I rent this out to somebody? Well, let's see the condition of it. Can we salvage it? Yes. If it's $134,000 house that was, poorly kept up and things of that sort, no, you're gonna probably just want to go ahead and renovate that. That could cost up to plus $9 more grand just for the bathrooms. We're not even gonna talk about living room, foundation, structure, roofing, lawn. We're not gonna talk about backyards, things of that sort. So already, spending close to 28, 30 grand, investing in a house, expecting or hoping to get, at least, $80 to $100,000 out of it. We're trying to buy things at intrinsic value. So I can already tell you, this right here is going to require some strategic capital raising. It's going to also require, a patient mindset, somebody that does not mind waiting, long periods of time to achieve their goals. So real estate, you make your own decision off of that. Let's say you're a pretty good cook and you want to open up a restaurant. Think about it. In order for you to own your own restaurant, you're gonna, pay, pretty much triple the startup cost because you're gonna have to own the land, you're gonna have to build the property, things of that sort. Or you can take the easy way out, rent from somebody. So moving to an office park, open up like a Quiznos or something like that. You're gonna pay franchise fees. You're gonna end up paying royalties. You also got to pay for inventory. So you got to sit there and think about, like, if you want to start up like a franchise chain. Trust me, we looked into it before. Like, there's ways of making money. It's just how you're gonna make it and how much can you fund to start these businesses. So think about a restaurant. You're automatically gonna come out of pocket $30K minimum, and this is before you even get fryers, stoves, refrigerators, things of that sort. Hey, and then think about it, if people don't even want to eat at your restaurant, you're not even going to make nearly any of your money back. Your restaurant has to be, in a good market. You're going to have to pay for that marketing research, things of that sort. And this brick and mortar, that's up to you. Cool. People want to, gain success through what they appear as I can do it careers, and granted, you can do anything that you want to, but the question is, are you willing to invest into being successful through whichever career path you choose? So you're going to have to go to college, you're going to have to, score high, get high GPA, just to even entertain a job offer at the place that you want after school if you decide to go into your career right after school. I went into my career right after school, been pretty successful with it. So, either or, you can do that or you can go to grad school. Main thing is just get your undergrad degree. That's the main thing. A lot of people don't finish their undergrad degree. Trust me, I know. When they said freshman orientation, look in front of you, to your left, to your right, to the back of you. And you're going to be missing at least 3 of them. So when I look to my right, in front of me, behind me, to my left, my right-hand man, Byron Apple, was there. But the other 3 people, I don't even know who they are. I haven't seen them since then. So you can just see, people's driving determination when it comes down to, achieving goals that we assume that we can achieve, which is graduating. People don't realize that you can't just graduate just by showing up to class every day. You have to put in work. You have to put in the extra credit. You have to go to the tutoring hours. You have to go to the office hours. You have to be in these professors' faces all the time. You have to learn and absorb as much knowledge as possible because these tests, they're just not 1 or 2 questions. No, these tests are like 20 questions deep, asking you for everything, including the Jessica's formula, all kinds of stuff. So you gotta sit there and think about that. I don't know. Tuition, I know my student loans is probably about $26K. So just imagine somebody that was like a political science major, A&T. Let's see, $26K. Cool. That's like 5 years of tuition back then. Think about if you go to grad school at one of these local grad schools or whatever. I'm not going to mention any of them, but you got like Central, you got State, all kinds of stuff around here. So you end up paying, an extra 30 grand in student loans. So you already invested, 56K, in your career. So that's the reason why when you get into your career, you have to strive to do your best. You have to grind hard every day. You have to learn more. The people that are the A-list players are the ones that learn at every opportunity that they can get. They take on the big projects. They're never scared. They never back down. Like, I know there's been several projects where I was looking like a deer in headlights. Like, I don't know how to do this. I don't even want to think about how to do this. Like, I can already tell you I'm not going to be successful at it. Then next thing you know, I tried it. And I said, well, I can do my best. And if it works, that is a major accomplishment. But I know nobody around me is going to let me fail. So ended up banging out the projects, learning so many new coding techniques, things of that sort. I mean, you got to think about it. Like, you're learning from smart people in the industry. Like, nobody's going to let you fail. Everything that you can think of, you can create. And that was one life-changing thing with me, was learning how to manifest what is my vision. So, anyways, school, 56K, cool. Doctors, lawyers, they go to school for long periods of time. They rack up more and more student loan debt before you even touch a paycheck. So, that's another avenue. Your job, you got to have certain techniques. So you got to sit there, you got to invest in taking programs, you got to invest in university degrees. If not, you're way behind the curve. So you got to find a way to make up for that. So you're going to sit there, you're going to get your certifications, things like that. So you're going to have people come out here and spend this money to teach you various things. So you're going to go out there with time, searching all this other stuff. You're going to invest in that probably around 10K just to get a decent job that you want to do. Because you're going to have to go through all these training programs. The best thing to do is to get the company paid for it. Free is always for me, so why not? Work with the company, get the certification, give them the obligation, get out the door, and it's free as yours. So then another thing is stocks. Let's say there's this tech company that comes out, supposed to be the next big thing. They come out trading at $50 a stock. In order for you to get a decent amount of shares to even emulate any sort of real wealth, you're going to have to come in like at least 1,000 shares. So that's what, 1,000 times 50? You can just think about it. That's 50 grand just to at least be successful at that. So just think about it when you're starting businesses. Like, think about the startup costs. Also think about the risks, like with the housing market, when the stock market crashed, bottomed out or whatever. Think about how much money was just lost in that real estate. That little watch property you thought was about to boom out to 210, 230,000 is now flattening out to 90 grand because the surrounding properties are now abandoned and foreclosed. See, things you can't control. You can control a business. You can control your own business. Your destiny is in your hands. So don't always rely on somebody else to put your success out there. I don't know where I was going with that anyway. You get what I'm saying. So basically what I'm saying is, this right here, don't rely on those things. You should always have a talent that you're always working on, a hobby that you're always working on, something that if you monetize it can make you, a decent profit. I know, like with me, I got this hobby, right? Let you guys see it. Warhammer 40K. I do pretty good on my paint jobs. But I monetize that hobby. Let me make sure my camera pointing in the right area. Let me zoom back in. And then let me stand right back over there. So yeah, monetize that hobby just through this program. Like all I do is I just sit there and I tell about different painting techniques. People ask me, how did you get an armor, that shade of gold? How did you get that detail in there? Easy. Go to the site, take a look at it. Next thing you know, you are exposed to my various products. I'm selling myself, I'm selling my products. That's all I'm doing. I'm using my hobby to get that product in front of other people. It's that simple. One thing I know, I don't even remember the commercial, but people say when you're starting a blog, start a blog about cats. The internet loves cats, especially when cats are doing stuff. They absolutely love it. So why not start a pet blog? You can make a killing on money. Think about it, you are an attorney. If you want to sit there and you want to blog about the new DUI laws that just took into effect, just think about how many more people have just came across your website because why? They're Googling about the DUI laws that are taking effect and trying to see what the ramifications could be if, they get caught. So think about the traffic that you generate from that. Then doctors, you can talk about new advancements in, certain cures for diseases. Like if there's a advancement in a cure for cancer, why not give your little review, your thoughts on it? People are exposed to your products just in your advertisement, so it's passive advertisement. I call that farming. So easy. So then when you sit there and you think about the startup cost for all of this, and then you compare it to $25, it's a no-brainer. It's easy. Even when you invest all the way up, you upsell to everything else, upgrade your account, qualify for these commissions, go all in with this. Just think about how much money you just made off of the initial investment. It's a no-brainer. That's the reason why I took action. You see, now I'm all over the place because I personally have seen how this works. I was a frequent social media, I was kind of like a little addicted at one point in time. But then I was like, think about how many people you're exposed to. On Instagram, I have probably around 1,400 followers, and I don't know half of them. I don't know where they came from. But think about those people that are exposed to that product. I don't even know that network. And think about how that can just make an infinite amount of money off of you just sharing a blog post, you just sharing a status that leads to your website that talks about an opportunity. So many ways of doing it. You can do it through link marketing, you can do it through social media marketing. Opportunities are limitless. So I just sit there and I think about it like, what is your favorite thing to do? Let me tell you about it. Let me share this opportunity with you. And then you can change your life just the way I did. I changed my life. So that's raw, unedited. So that's just my thoughts. I'm just going to upload this video to YouTube, and I'm going to look back 6 months from now and be like, dang, I really suck at presenting. But at least I knew I tried. And you're probably laughing right now, but you're like, yeah, he's right. So when you look at me 6 months from now, just think about what kind of videos I'm going to be producing. Using a system like this, I did this in 2 weeks. Figured it out. This program is so much fun. If not, I wouldn't be in front of you. So, anyways, check out the program, itookaction.com. Coming out, with more training tutorials, all this other stuff, so you can subscribe to the channel. I'm not going anywhere. As long as I'm breathing, I'm going to be right here on this channel. I'm just going to be babbling. I'm going to be doing some little data dumps. I'm just going to be talking. So don't crucify me over anything I say. That's a disclaimer. You can research everything that I say. That's another disclaimer. So I don't care. Your opinion's your opinion. So anyways, like I said, itookaction.com. Check it out. It's a great opportunity. Learn how I'm making money online so that you can learn how to make money. I'm also in the business of mentoring and coaching, so you can get to my stats once you get in on the other side. Once you get in on the other side, we don't leave you by yourself. We're going to have people reach out to you. They're going to talk to you. They're going to bring you in. You're not going to feel by yourself in the program. They're going to teach you exactly how to get started. I know I'm going to be making several of these calls. I'm very busy, but, I'm always putting out information. I'm also always putting out new people to bring information to you. So in the next couple of vlogs, you're going to start seeing, some familiar faces that are going to come talk to you about, financial fitness. We're also going to talk about personal fitness. And then we're also going to talk about, criminal and civil law. So just wait for it. I'm really excited about the lineup. I got a couple more people that I'm going to reach out to. If you want to partner with me, hit the link, itookaction.com, and hit my email address. I'll also leave it in the caption below. Only thing is that with emails, things get knocked into spam folders, so I don't know who's what or what. So it is what it is. If it looks legit, I'll open it, but if not, then whatever. But yeah, itookaction.com. My name is Jeremy Knotts. Hit me up.